guys, today I want to do a little lesson on open hi-hat concepts. I've done these concept videos before about ghost notes and a couple other things, but you know, getting past just playing those kind of beats, like beginner beats, getting past those kind of beats, there's different aspects of drumming that can make your beginner beats more advanced. So we've already talked about ghost notes, you know, putting the ghost notes in the little cracks between the hi-hats. And I was also doing a little bit of what we call opening the hi-hat with that too. And that's another little technique that you can use that will make your beginner beats sound more mature. They'll give you more flavor, you know, it gives it more color, you know, just like when you add more notes to a chord, you know, composers say that adds more color to the chord. It's kind of like that. I mean, there is times when you just want to be simple, but you need to know these tricks and have these tricks in the back of your mind so you can pull them out whenever you want to. So let's talk about opening the hi-hat, okay? First of all, opening the hi-hat. Well, whenever you say that, the drummer's going to think of this right here. That's the most famous, popular open hi-hat beat you'll ever be able to play or you'll ever think of. And all that is, it's just opening the hi-hat on the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Alright? It's opening the hi-hat on the ands. And on a further note, we usually open the hi-hat on the and anyways, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So, how do you open the hi-hat on the and? All you gotta do is raise your foot up, stomp on the beat. So this is my beat. My foot's stomping on the beat. If I play my normal hi-hat pattern, it's gonna automatically open it on the ands. So, an easy way to play that beat is just to start stomping your foot. Get that going first. Put the bass drum on 1 and 3 and snare on 2 and 4. But a couple more techniques with the open hi-hat are keeping it around the snare. When you keep the open hi-hat around the snare, there's just something interesting about it. Okay? So let's think about the and before the snare. So that would be 1 and 2, right? If we're talking about 2 and 4, that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's check out that. So that was before the snare, the and before the snare, 1 and 2, and 2. So what happens there is that would go 1 and when you come down on that, that's where the snare would play. Okay, that's where your open hi-hat stops. Now let's try the and after the snare. Okay, so that one works really well too. So the and before the snare, okay, the and of 1, and the and after the snare, the and of 2, sound really good as an open hi-hat. So just use that rule. The open hi-hat is around the snare area, okay? And another place that sounds really cool that everybody does, no matter what style of music you're talking about, is the and of 4. Right at the end of the beat, you do that open hi-hat to bring it back into 1, okay? Okay? So that's the and of 1, the and of 2, the and of 4. Well, what pattern do we have going here? Unless you're the guy from Queen, open hi-hats on the ands. And that's, you know, all you're doing is you're subtracting each and from this. That's every and. And then if you want to take out some ands, just... Now the thing about that is, if you ever listen to Queen, that guy was really interesting. Because he always opened his hi-hat when he played one of his downbeats. And he didn't have his hi-hat that open either. It was more like a swishy hi-hat. There's a difference in this. Right? Swishy hi-hat and an open hi-hat. We don't play open hi-hat by itself unless we want a really loud sound. So, let's keep it swishy though. And I'll show you what Queen used to do. Chad Smith from Chili Peppers also does that kind of stuff all the time. He always opens his hi-hats, and it's almost kind of random. The hi-hat is an instrument all on its own. I'm sure you've seen that video before, Mr. Hi-Hat, where it's all just... Thanks for watching Insane Drummer. Hope you learned some stuff about open hi-hats. See you next time.